Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 14th, and it's a new year. And with the new year comes new reflections, new things. It's new. It's like one of those monster truck commercials from the 90s. New. You know what I'm saying? And for me personally, as I mentioned in the previous video, it's a new chance to come out for social media and to kind of get back into interacting with the people that I care about and new people that I don't even know who are just kind of following along for the journey. But specifically with the new year, Andrea wants to make some changes in the house, and look, we've got samples and samples. We've got samples not all over the house, but we have a lot of samples. And the crazy thing is we've had these samples for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. It's that struggle of, and I'm sure a lot of you have gone through this, like, it's time to kind of update some things around the house. And do you update the flooring? Do you update the paint? Do you have to have all new furniture? You got to update your bathrooms. Well, what about the kitchen? You can't have several rooms updated, but not all the rooms updated. And it's very, very overwhelming for not just Andrea, but myself. And her kids are like, are we getting new rooms? Because they want new rooms, and not like knock down walls and build new rooms, but like, let's freshen up the paint. Let's get some new furniture. And the crazy thing is, it's like, oh, well, painting. It's a few $100, maybe a couple thousand for an entire house. But then you start multiplying that over and over and over, and all of a sudden, it's very expensive. And if you're not a designer, it's very overwhelming because it is expensive, and you don't want to lay the wrong flooring down and paint the walls the wrong color. And then there's this room. Like, I've got custom artwork where if we were on the streets of LA, this would be protected. And this would probably be like, a historical marker, but it's not. This is kind of a playroom that I've turned this little corner of the playroom into my YouTube studio, I guess. And, we could knock down this wall over here and build a wall and do some soundproofing and clean up the graffiti. And, there's a lot of things that can happen, and it all costs money, and it's all very overwhelming. So currently, we're in the process of trying to figure out, what are we going to do? I can look at something and say, hey, that looks good. And she can look at something and say, I like it or I don't like it. But neither one of us can go from a blank slate in order to find this is what we want and this is how we want it to flow together. So currently, that is what's happening around this place. So if you have recently gone through a home renovation, and I know several of you have, I've seen your Instagram stories. Some of you have completely gutted your house, and you don't have to get into specifics, but just kind of like a ballpark figure of how much did it cost and what all did you have done? Those are the kind of questions that we're trying to answer and trying to figure out is, what are we going to do and how much is it going to cost? And more importantly, what's it going to look like when it's done? If you had resources that you use, I know Andrea has downloaded the Houzz app. It's Houzzz or something like that. And it's kind of looking for inspiration there. But if you guys have links or places that you can direct us to, we'd greatly appreciate that. Anyway, that is the haps of what is going on currently around this place. And I'm going to finish my coffee and get started with the rest of my day. Oh, one other thing. I kind of messed up on this whole social media thing as far as where I was directing everybody to. And Andrea pointed out, why are you starting all of your social media accounts over again? Just use what you have, rebrand it. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to rebrand what was already there. So it's going to be a little bit different than it was yesterday, but it'll be the same moving forward. How about that? All right, now I'm out of here.
ocean meets the sky. Under your tall